Hi everyone, my name's Matthew. I'm a PhD candidate here. I won't mention the university just yet till I get clearance to do so. The idea of putting these videos online is to A, have a record of what I'm doing and keeping track of things, and also B, to communicate that information to the public. At the end of the day, in Australia at least, the government pays me to do the PhD and the university pays my fees. So this information doesn't belong to me, it belongs to the taxpayer and therefore everybody in the community. So this is why these are existing. Now, there'll be some parts that I won't be showing. I'll be showing as much as I can, which will be most of it. So the project is, I'm designing care robotics for people with dementia. Now, these care robotics, they're designed to alleviate the symptoms of people with dementia, behavioural symptoms. So this can include anxiety, agitation, depression, hallucination. There's a lot. Now, the mechanism in which this works is through social interaction. So having care robotics as a conversation partner or as a way to socially interact with someone else, or even with a perceived pet, such as a robotic pet. For instance, here's Parrot. So he's probably the leading, or she, I'm not sure, the leading robot in this area. Is probably the only one that's worldwide. Now, I'm lucky enough to work with the world expert on these this area, so I'm pretty well placed, which is pretty exciting. So very fortunate. So I guess a small background. I used to make things out of stainless steel, and then I went and got some education in engineering and then industrial design, which is sort of half design, half engineering, 3D printing things. And I did honours, and I did my honours in soft robotics. So that was really interesting actually. That was instead of having like rigid joints, like there's something that moves like that where it's rigid. It relies on soft materials to act as joints, but the mechanism in which it works is usually hydraulic or pneumatic. So for instance, if you want something to bend over, you inflate a balloon and it pushes it over. So it has various benefits because it's mainly gentle, so it can work with humans, and that's where I've got onto the whole Cobot or robot phenomenon. And we're at the beginning of the curve, so 5 to 10 years. Now, there's been some research that shows that humans and robots, when they work together, they're more productive. Now, if you just have robots by themselves, they're not. If you have humans by themselves, they're productive up to a certain amount, but if you put the two together, it works well as a team, and productivity is best served that way. Now, there's at the moment the population is aging, and the ratio of people that are over 70 to those that are under 50, or younger, even younger than that, that is moving towards a time where it's going to be increasingly difficult to service the needs of these people. So it's important that we do it in a way that best gives them what they deserve, because they've worked hard all their lives, so their dignity and personalised care. So these people are people first. It's important to know who they are, and by understanding that, we can give them the best care, and they're less likely to have these behavioural type symptoms with depression and dementia. Now, it hopefully will work or not. That's the big unknown, and what we're trying to find out is what systems do work, and there may be some attributes. So if we can design a cobot that has many functions that we can turn on and off, so we can trial one's synthesized speech, for instance, that may or may not work for a majority person, or it may work for one person and not for another. And so if it works for one person, we can have it turned on for that person and turned off for another. And another inbuilt design would be trying to personalise it in people's idiosyncrasies, to learn who they are, how they act, what answers they expect, and what gestures they expect in return. So Para, who's a paraseal, so most likely to be something along those lines. There's also telerobots, which is basically an iPad on wheels. This could be more targeted towards the home environment. Most people with dementia actually do live within the home. There is challenges with that, and there's having something that can be a prompting device may be helpful. The challenge is, will people want to use things like this? So what you may think, or I may think, is useful, a person might go, yeah, no, I'm not going to use it, totally against it. This is important, and this is I guess the whole challenge of designing something with this field, because it hasn't been researched in depth, and the answers, well, there's one decent study, and that was done by one of my supervisors. That's in the world, so there's no data. So yeah, that's what we're finding out, and hopefully these videos will continue to be uploaded with, there should be some really cool Arduino projects. If you like Arduino, some 3D printing, some CAD projects, some design projects, mind mapping is a great way, I think, to put complex ideas behind a simple interface. So yeah, that's it for now, I guess, and I hope you continue watching these videos on YouTube. I design cobots, because that's what I do. Alright.